Here we are, postseason. Just really excited to be here and 0-0 and just trying to make a run and hopefully learning from the highs and lows of this incredible season that we've had so far and just be able to put it all together to go make a run in the tournament.
What were your reactions to all the hardware your team took home today?
Just excited for them and our team, and proud, and I know that well earned honors and awards for our girls, and I think the entirety of our roster feels a sense of pride, because they know that it's the work of our whole entire team that goes into those type of accolades, and so just incredibly proud.
Where did Alexis make the biggest jump between last year and this year in your mind?
I've said this a couple times when people ask me about that, is that I really feel like the biggest jump has come just in her mental approach and the self-talk and the way that she talks to herself and refocuses throughout the game, and her ability to kind of positively respond when things don't go perfect on the court, and then that leading to the next best thing coming for her. So I think that's been, without a doubt, the biggest improvement I've seen out of Lex. I think there's been some things that you can point to with, her conditioning has gotten better, her footwork has gotten better, her ability to finish over right and left shoulder. There's some things tangibly that we can really point to on the basketball court, but I think without question in my mind, it's the way she's talking to herself and responding throughout the course of a game.
How have you seen Natalie come into her own from the first day she got onto campus till today?
Yeah, I think the biggest place that I see it is just her comfort level with her teammates. And, when she first stepped foot on campus, kind of a little quiet by nature, even though she's always had that sense of humor. And those of us that got to know her in the recruiting process kind of could see and knew that. But I think early, just kind of being a little quiet and now just watching how comfortable she is with her roommates, with her teammates, and the way that, they can tease her and rib her, and she can do the same, and that comfort level has allowed her, I feel like, to really just flourish and kind of maintain the confidence that she needs to step out on the court, and she knows that her teammates trust her and believe in her.
How have you seen her learn from Alexis this season?
Yeah, I think Lex has been a really good leader for our team, and particularly kind of in that post position, that kind of forward position, and just being vocal. But I think the way that Lex carries herself and has really done a great job with her response has been impactful for Natalie and every other player on our team.
I asked Natalie about, did she think she was going to be ready for the physicality of the Big Ten? She goes, I know what I signed up for. I mean, did you think she would have the physicality to make it and succeed this early?
Yeah, it's interesting, because I remember vividly sitting in Natalie's home for a home visit, and her parents kind of asking that question about, her size, but we knew that her motor really makes up for a lot. She's just, she's more physical than you think she is, just looking at her, and she's kind of stringy strong. I don't know if that's a thing, but she has strong hands and strong arms above her body, and so she's able to make plays and get tips and deflections and rebounds and things that others maybe can't. And so we knew that all in the recruiting process, so we felt comfortable that she was going to make an impact here, and that she was going to find a way to maybe make up for not being the biggest, size-wise, but using the motor that she has to be effective.
Natalie said your award is a result of her hard work. Can you give us an example or two of her, putting in a little bit extra just to help refine her skills?
Yeah, I mean, Natalie works incredibly hard on both sides of the ball, and that's really with the approach that she takes every rep, every day, does not take possessions off, looks to make hustle plays all the time. But I think, when it boils down to it, is just, if she knows that she hasn't maybe shot the three as consistently as we all know she can, then she's going to be in the gym with coach the next day and asking for repetition in that area. It's like she has a unique ability for a young player to be able to kind of identify where she feels like she can continue to raise the bar for herself and then hone in on that and find ways to get better at that when she's in the gym by herself, when she's in the gym with her position coaches, and when she's in practice.
What's impressed you most about Logan down the stretch this year, making all-freshman team in March, part of what she's been able to do in January, February?
Yeah, I'm the most proud of Logan and the impact she's making because she's doing it more than just as a shooter. And I think, she's got a reputation for being a good 3-point threat, but I think that the contributions that she's making to our team because of the fact that she just has high basketball IQ and she sees passes that are open, she makes plays, she goes, and gets us some offensive rebounds, some hustle plays that lead to second chance points, and has just really used her IQ to help her figure some things out defensively within our scheme and system, and so I think those are the things that I'm the most proud of. Obviously, she's a very good 3-point shooter. People have to respect that. That makes things very difficult for them when they want to try to go double team a player like Alexis Markowski or whatever, and you have choices to make in that situation, and I think that's one of the biggest things she brings to the table, but I'm proud of all the other little things that she's been learning and getting better at and really performing and doing for our team down the stretch.
Your fourth Big Ten, all Big Ten honoree, Jazz Shelley. I mean, what can you say about the toughness she's shown, not just this year, but in the years just sticking through it?
It's just really, really, I know I talked about this on senior days and stuff. It's hard for me to verbalize just everything that she does. I don't even know that people will ever really know the way she can look off and then deliver a pass right on the money, and the way she creates so many things and opportunities for Alexis, for Logan, for Natalie, all the players we've talked about, but really everybody on our roster, the way that she just makes everybody better, the way that she's embraced wanting to guard the best player on the other team, the way that she has committed to sacrificing sometimes and whatever. If I need to play the point, if I need to play off the point, if I need to, I'll learn whatever I need to learn from every position to do what this team needs to do for us to be successful. And all those little things add up to just one of the most special players I've ever coached.
Jazz was saying the start your team had at Illinois cannot happen at the Big Ten tournament. I mean, how much have you harped on that, and how much are you going to harp on that for the next 48 hours that you got to get out to a fast start?
We got to get off to a fast start, but we got to finish too. I mean, at this time of year, it takes 40-minute complete ball games. And so we didn't get off to a great start, but we were able to claw back and had that game well in hand with about 3 minutes to go and did not finish the game either. So we learned that, this time of year, it doesn't matter who you're going up against. It doesn't matter, what the circumstances are. If you're playing against man, if you're playing against zone, if you're trying to, guard one way or the other, you have to put together complete ball games. You've got to get off to a great start. You've got to, go through stretches and finish ball games. And that's the only way to survive and advance at this point. So hopefully we've learned our lesson.
Do you like where your team is at heading into the postseason?
I do. I'm really excited about where we're at. I feel really confidently with being able to work some kids back into a little bit more healthy, and I think we're heading into this Big Ten tournament in a really good place, and just excited about our chances to continue to advance.
I know you're looking back just a little bit on the whole year of basketball in this state, not just your team, but the men's team and even the teams up in Omaha. How special do you feel like this particular year has been for basketball in the state, especially on PBA floor?
Yeah, it's been really, really special and just awesome for our state and that momentum that we want to be able to have for the sport of basketball and particularly girls basketball and to watch the numbers just flourishing. I just, read something today about, women's basketball on Fox Sports being, its highest ever viewership and just some really spectacular things that we're seeing happen. And, us setting attendance records, the men setting attendance records. The support that we get here at Nebraska is second to none, and we do not take that for granted. And that's something that we're incredibly grateful for, and we're going to continue to do whatever we can to pour our heart and souls into fighting for this program so that people want to continue and can be proud of the effort that's being put out there and want to continue to support at the level they are. But it's really been incredible to watch, and I just feel very, very honored to be coaching in Nebraska right now, and particularly at the University of Nebraska.
Speaking of basketball on a state level, Britt capping off her career with a four-peat. I mean, how happy are you for her? Because Scott threw the kitchen sink at her in that state title game. So, how proud are you of what she's done and kind of been the face of high school basketball in the last few years here?
Just such a special accomplishment. I just 4 straight state championships, hard to do, but she is the one that could do it. I've always known what a competitor that she is, and to watch her find ways to will her team and find ways to come out on top every time. I just think it certainly wasn't easy. There was a lot of really good basketball played at the state tournament this past week. It was so fun to watch, and excited for her and Ann, and what a special moment for them to be able to cap it off with their 4th straight.
There were a lot of competitive games the state tournament this past week. Just what does that say about the state of girls basketball in the state?
It says that we've got a lot of really good high school coaches that are coaching kids to compete and learn their roles and just being outstanding leaders. And I think, we've got just phenomenal club coaches that are pouring into these kids in the off seasons. They're developing their skills. The players are working hard. The level of play continues to rise, and it's just so much fun to watch it kind of peak at that state tournament.
Amy, Big Ten tournament is sold out for the first time ever. Can you anticipate what the environment is going to be like when you guys arrive in Minneapolis later this week?
Yeah, we're really excited about that, and I think it's something that we're kind of getting used to. Certainly not apathetic to, but used to having outstanding crowds to play in front of. Here at home at Pinnacle Bank Arena, of course, on the road in the Big Ten Conference as well. But to go to a conference tournament where that's not always the case, but to have that type of enthusiasm and excitement, to have it sold out for the first time, just really exciting for our players, really exciting for our entire conference, and it should be just a really fun, and Minneapolis does a great job of hosting that tournament, and so we're excited about it.
You had the goal of being the 4th seed over the last few weeks. It came up just short. How have you reset with the players, or how will you reset with the players, how they should feel, even though they didn't get that?
Yeah, life is about setting goals and shooting for those goals, and sometimes you come up short, but that doesn't mean that you stop. That doesn't mean that you don't learn from those things and still find ways to overcome. And so that's where our focus is right now. That's kind of the message we had. Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to secure that double bye, but we feel like, we are still well poised to go make a run and to accomplish several other goals that we have set out for us on this season. And that's what life is about, is really constantly striving for the next best thing and continuing to put your best foot forward. And sometimes you're going to accomplish those goals and sometimes you're going to come short. But how do you respond when that happens? And that's been a big message for us all season. And I will fully expect that our kids will respond by coming back in and competing.